How we doing, everyone? Today we got a video that honestly I would say that most men know, especially if they've dealt with a decent amount of women. This is not something that men later on in life, I really want to say probably like mid-20s, early 30s and up. It's in regards to how women, what they think of men's mental health. I came across this clip on TikTok showcasing just how much women really do not care. I'm gonna play the clip and then I'm gonna kind of go a bit more into it.
A lot of women were pissed. And this is shocking to me. So they're saying things like, if they have enough energy to be part of the patriarchy and put women down and stuff like that, then they have enough energy to fix their own mental health problems. And I'm like, it'd be one thing if I'm talking about like the top 10% are like doing that. Everyone else is pretty in favor of men's mental health. No, Marissa. Most of the comments were women basically talking down on men's mental health, basically having this approach of like, they should figure it out. Like, that's not our problem. I'm not going to this isn't some internal. I heard the word internalized misogyny in there. What is this internalized misogyny that we should be responsible for men's mental health? So that got me thinking a lot about why are we just now learning that women are actually not super pro like dad's mental health or like men's mental health. So I was trying to reflect on that because it's starting to feel like maybe we're the minority on this kind of support.
You would be the minority. Most men know this. And the thing is, you guys, if you're a young man and you don't know this, time will show you. Now, oftentimes with women, and this is general, it's important. And I always say this when we have these conversations, we don't go from person to person. We speak in general, so we have an idea of people generally do certain things. Right, that's how we look at our studies. Generally, you will see in real life that most women do not care about your mental health as a man. Very seldom, very rarely will a woman actually say this with her words. She will show you this with her actions, with their actions, right? You'll see it in this video in the comments section, but very rarely will she just tell you like, I don't care about men's mental health, blah, blah, blah. You usually won't hear women say this. They'll just show you this with action. This video reminded me of that video that went viral, I want to say a few months back. Actually, let me see if I can find it for you guys.
You don't care about mandatory paternity tests. You don't care about paternity fraud. You don't care about male suicide rates. You don't care about equalizing hard, laborious jobs outside. You don't want to equalize that. You don't care about what happens to people that are falsely accused, which is almost always exclusively men. You don't actually care about the declining school performance, the rise in ADHD diagnosis, and the psychiatric medication that comes from it. You don't care about the lack of homeless shelters for men. You don't care about the weaponization of the family court, the equal custodial rights, reproductive say for men, reduction in child support and alimony, pathologizing of just men and masculinity in general, negative attitudes towards even men that want a nuclear family. You don't think or care about any of these things. And I'm not even saying it's just the feminists that don't care about it.
To go beyond that, if you're a man and you've been with a woman for, let's say this is your wife or your girlfriend, if you've broken down in front of your woman, you will see how she will deal with you differently after that. Her respect for you will go down. Yes, there's exceptions, of course, if like a child dies or some like really extreme event. But in most cases, when it comes to like heavy emotional things as men, I think it's really important for us to have like, like your best friend, if he's a guy, or some sort of community of other men where somebody slacks, the other person can help you. I just don't think it's necessary for you to put an unnecessary amount of emotional weight on your woman if you don't have to, because it will change how they view you. Now, again, they won't say this, but how they deal with you, there will be a shift and you will notice a change. So I think it's very important to have a sort of community. I also want to say this as a born-again Christian, right? I will say how a born-again Christian woman deals with you will be different than how a secular or non-believer woman will deal with you. She will be more lenient and more, it won't be so black and white, right? Ultimately, her aim is to please God, which is what you would want if you're a Christian dating another Christian woman. It'll be different. But I would say, like, outside of the faith, outside of the Christian community in regards to women on this topic, you will see things like that, like those comments under that video. Women will say they don't, that they care, but they really don't. And when you go into the comment sections, you'll see things like they can figure it out, men this, men that. It'll mostly be negative. Unfortunately, that is just how it is. I wish it wasn't like that. Because as a man, of course, you just got to figure it out. The women, they'll say with their words one thing and do another. That's how it is in most cases. Let me know what you guys think of the video. I wanted to bring this to the forefront because I think it's an important conversation. And I think it's, especially if you're a younger guy, it's important that you know this, because growing up, especially when you're trying to navigate women and you maybe you want a girlfriend or a wife, so much of what we are told as men in our youth about women is not true. And I'm a guy, like, I've been the nicest guy, and I'm still a kind guy, but now I have more of an understanding of women and men and just people in general, to where you will navigate things differently, right? As a man, and I don't know if women know this, but as a man, as a young boy, when you're growing up, you're kind of taught like women are these angelic creatures. They're just so sweet and innocent and doves, and they can do no wrong. That is sort of the attitude that a young boy has of women. Like, why is she, that's why he's always trying to figure out, like, why is she going for the bad boy? She's so good. Why is she with him? Not really understanding the nature of women and men, or the nature of women and what they're drawn to, because what we're taught, like, we don't, as a man, now I know what she's drawn to, but when you're a young boy, you really don't know, like, you're trying to figure out what is going on here. Like, why is she so interested in him? So if you're like a younger dude and you're seeing this, it's important that you know this. She doesn't care. In general, like, her frame of mind and your mental health, she might say that she cares. And even you have to analyze that, because most times they really do not care. They'll say that, but their actions, like, again, she'll go with the next guy. You cried in front of her? Oh, it's okay. She'll tell you that. It's okay. Actually, this happened to my cousin. This is a real story. Breaking down in front of his girl. This is years ago. I love you so much, you know, the cinematic things. It's okay. But I just said his, I gotta remove that. I just accidentally said his name. But she'll say, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. She will, oh boy, she's with another guy completely. And that's real, right? She will tell you it's fine. She will show you it's not fine. It's important that you recognize that and know that if you are a young man. So I just kind of wanted to get that across before I let you guys go. Let me know what you guys think of this conversation as a whole. Both the men and the women, you know, if you've gotten this far, let me know your thoughts or your take on this. You guys have a great day.